Menelaus, the legendary king of Sparta and husband of Helen, is a prominent figure in ancient Greek mythology and literature. His role in the abduction of Helen by the Trojan prince Paris is said to have sparked the legendary Trojan War.
But the question remains, is Menelaus based on a real person? The story of Menelaus and the Trojan War is most famously told in Homer's epic poems, the Iliad and the Odyssey.
According to these ancient texts, Menelaus was the son of Atreus, making him a member of the powerful and influential House of Atreus. His brother, Agamemnon, was the king of Mycenae and a prominent leader in the Greek forces during the Trojan War. Menelaus himself was the king of Sparta, ruling alongside his beautiful wife, Helen. The abduction of Helen by Paris, a prince of Troy, is a central event in the lead-up to the Trojan War. Menelaus and Helen were hosting Paris as a guest in Sparta when he seduced Helen and took her to Troy, sparking a conflict that would ultimately lead to the fall of the city. Menelaus was one of the Greek leaders who led the war effort to reclaim Helen and seek revenge on the Trojans for their actions. While the story of Menelaus and the Trojan War is a central part of ancient Greek mythology, scholars have long debated the historical basis for these legendary events. In the case of Menelaus, there is some evidence to suggest that he may have been based on a real person. One of the primary sources for the story of Menelaus and the Trojan War is Homer's Iliad, which was composed in the 8th century BCE. While the events described in the Iliad are undoubtedly legendary in nature, many scholars believe that Homer may have drawn on real historical events and figures as inspiration for his epic tale. In the case of Menelaus, there is evidence to suggest that he may have been based on a historical figure. The city of Sparta, where Menelaus was said to have ruled, was a real and powerful city-state in ancient Greece. The Spartan kings, including Menelaus, were important political and military leaders in the region, and it is likely that they played a significant role in the conflicts and alliances of the time. Furthermore, the archaeological record provides some support for the existence of Menelaus and the events of the Trojan War. In the late 19th century, German archaeologist Heinrich Schliemann excavated the site of ancient Troy in modern-day Turkey. While Schliemann's methods were controversial and his interpretations of the evidence have been questioned, his excavations did uncover evidence of a city that may have been the basis for Homer's Troy. In addition, recent archaeological research has uncovered new evidence that supports the idea that the Trojan War, or at least some form of conflict between Greeks and Trojans, may have had a basis in historical events. For example, a team of archaeologists led by Manfred Korfmann uncovered evidence of a large-scale war at the site of ancient Troy, including evidence of destruction and conflict that may be consistent with the events described in the Iliad.